The Man Whore podcast is sponsored by the Pure Hookup app. Pure Hookup lets awesome people have casual sex tonight. Download the Pure Hookup app on Google Play or the App Store. Pure, the hookup app that says it's a hookup app. Today's show is sponsored by Talkspace, the online therapy company that believes therapy should be affordable, confidential, and convenient. A Talkspace therapist can help put you on the path to a happier life. For a special offer for my listeners, visit Talkspace.com/manwhore. Now let's get to the show.
Welcome to the Man Whore Podcast.
Hey, queens and tops, femmes and fatties, this is Billy Persida, and you're listening to the Man Whore Podcast. Recording to you right now from downtown, looking up at the World Trade Center. How is everybody? Welcome to my show. If you are new to the Man Whore Podcast, this is a show where I typically talk to women I've hooked up with about sex, dating, and why we didn't work out. However, this week's guest is not one of my former hookups. No. It is a very funny stand-up comedian, Oscar Aydin. And I can't wait to tell you about that queen in a little bit. But first, show dates, people, show dates. Okay. Connecticut, this Sunday, July 30th, I am at Comics at Mohegan Sun on the 8 p.m. show. Would love to see my Connecticut fan whores up there. Then back here in New York City, August 11th, I'm at the Creek in the Cave on the midnight show. Also, if you're tuning in time, today, yes, Wednesday, we've got the Fan Whore Facebook Live Hangout, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time. I don't know what daylight savings time thing we're in right now. 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Come on over to my Facebook fan page for the Man Whore Podcast. We're going to be hanging out. I'll be answering some questions. We'll be chit-chatting. Going to have my intern present. You can all talk to her and see how badly I've sexually harassed her. So in the meantime, go like the Man Whore Podcast on Facebook and don't miss out. I want to give a quick shout out to Will. Hey, Will, thank you for coming on out to the Great Love Debate last week. It was really nice to meet you. Thanks for coming out and supporting. I hope that's not the last time that I get to see you. If anyone's interested in the Fan Whore Fantasy Football League, okay, we still have some slots available. We do a $30 half-point PPR league on Yahoo. Shoot me an email at manwhorepod@gmail.com if you're interested. Reserve it fast. We're trying to draft by the end of August. But what's up with me? I've tried to arrange some fun play times here and there. I tried to get a hookup on the Pure app. Got very close. I showed up and I was not interested. She didn't look, I guess, the way I was expecting, which is fine. I had a beverage. Again, there's dates don't have to be a wasted date, people. Even if you're not going to fuck the person, you can still have an interesting conversation with a new human being for, 45 minutes. But the interesting thing is that I ordered a lift line to take me there. And so the car gets there. It's like a little after midnight. And I sit in the car. There's a guy in the back seat already. I sit down and something's like poking me. So I reach back. What am I sitting on? And I don't even really look at it. It's a Tupperware container. I tap the guy. He's like, hey, is this yours? He's like, nah. And then I look down at it, and it's a Tupperware full of weed. So, yes, Lyft, I would like to leave you a rating, finally. I'll give you 5 stars. You can stop bugging me to give you a rating. All you have to do is give me a Tupperware full of weed by accident. This was also fun. Last weekend, I applied for a bukkake because, as we all know, I like doing that. And, this was bound to happen eventually. The email I got in response was, hey, Billy, thanks for the reply. Holy shit, I know the Man Whore Podcast, so this is kind of weird. I was just listening to your episode with Will Miles the other day. Holy fuck. And then it continued on where he's like, do you legitimately want to do this? Is this even really you? Not that we don't believe it's you, but since you're kind of on the famous side, it seems a little odd. Hopefully someone isn't pretending to be you. Yeah, because pretending to apply to Bukkake with my identity is really going to ruin my career. Anyways, it was... we have not done the Bukkake yet. So, dude, if you're listening and that's still, an option, give me an email at manwhorepod@gmail.com. Or if any of you would like your girlfriend or wife to blow me, you're welcome to shoot me an email. So that was a fun surprise. Before we get to this week's episode with Oscar Aydin, I want to give you all a teaser of tomorrow's Patreon bonus episode. Yes, the reason I'm down here by the World Trade Center is I just finished recording my bonus ep with Goddess Jasmine. She is a financial dominatrix. So not only does she like to punch dudes in the balls, but she also likes to just reach into their wallet and take whatever she can grab. As many of you have heard by now on this show, I myself am some sort of financial dominant by accident. And so we discussed that, but I want to play y'all this nice teaser clip from tomorrow's episode. But okay, 20 grand. What do you clear in a year that you can turn down 20 fucking grand?
I make a pretty penny.
Over or under 2?
I make a pretty penny.
That's over 2.
I make a
You
pretty
sick
penny.
fuck. Oh, I hope. Oh, yeah. You need to get that financial advisor. You're making that type of money. Damn, that's good. What's like the biggest? What's like your favorite? Do you have a favorite session that you just always fondly remember?
Do I have a
Because it was like unique, or there's something about the guy that was like, I really enjoyed that.
I actually do have a session that I like remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one. Because that's how I met the boy toy.
You met the boy toy was a former client?
Yeah, it was a former client.
Ooh, do tell. Give me a story. Is it this one?
Yes,
Okay.
it is this one.
So, was originally a client.
It was originally a client. It was just like a random setup.
Sure.
And it just clicked like right away. It was a good session. It was a fun session.
So how does it go from being a client to like going on an actual date? Because obviously so many Johns, like that's like the dream. That's the fantasy,
Oh, no,
right?
that is the total fantasy.
No, I'm going to go and I'm going to pay her for sex just this one time. But, or I'm going to pay her like all these times because she keeps leading me on because like she calls me cutie. And then we're going to be in
we want to
love.
make them all feel special.
She really loves me. She just also needs help like paying for books 10 years after college. So that's the fantasy.
Well, that is.
But
the
this
fantasy
actually
for these
happened.
guys.
So what was the crossover? But can we also, by the way, acknowledge how great I've been doing with eye contact this whole time?
No, you have. You've been
Yeah.
looking the whole time, not even looking at my tits, just like
doing
once in
my
a while.
fucking best right now. It's so hard when they're right out there.
Oh,
Okay,
I know. It's a cute outfit, but
it's an amazing outfit.
Yes.
But do tell me. So give me, what was the crossover?
Let's go. No, we ended up just like talking like a ton. We did the session. Session was good.
But why are you talking to him? Because like I imagine every
Yes.
other guy, he's gonna try to also text you and just talk to you.
Yes,
But
yes,
What
that's
made
true.
him so goddamn special?
He was just special. He was special. Like with the session, like the minute he walked in, it's like we already knew each other though.
Was it because you found him like attractive more often than your typical dude?
Well, I would say I found him attractive, yes. But it was just more like, when something just clicks, you're like, oh, I feel like I already know this person. We didn't know too much about each other. Honestly, I didn't even know his like email. My assistant booked him. He came in. I didn't know what he was into. So we just started like doing the session, what it is I wanted. And we just start playing. And he was like into it. Like you could tell he was into everything. So I was really into it.
What was the session like?
What was the session
Yeah,
like?
what went down?
Oh, a lot of things went down.
Yeah, I know a lot of things went down. What are some of these things?
Nah.
Nah. That's a nah. What are you talking about? The whole session was just us falling in love. It was great. It was beautiful.
No, it was good though. It was a good session.
So
And it wasn't just one session. We like met twice, and then then after that, I like went back home, and I was like, oh, then that's when I continued talking to him afterwards. We did 2 sessions.
Okay.
And then I was like, hey, I want you to come over and like let's meet up in like Houston. We like met up afterwards, and that's when we like.
So
made
you
it
asked
official.
him out.
I asked him to come to a trip with me. Yes.
Was he like paying for the trip and everything, or?
I think he booked a hotel. Did you book the hotel? No. Someone booked
I
the
guess what I'm
hotel.
thinking is like in your mindset is like typically dealing with everybody.
Well, I was officially just going. It was like, oh, you're going to be my official boy toy. You're just going to be my private boy toy. And I was like, perfect. I found someone I can just play with.
Does he
and
just
have him
moan
do-
the right pitch that like it clicked with you? Like it's like because I gotta imagine that like you're in a mindset with most clients, no matter
Yes.
what they look like or whatever.
No, and
trying
during
to
the session, the first time was exactly that. Like it was
Yeah.
just all play, and it was just like a regular session would be. But this like after that, it
does he just
it just kept getting
he
better.
slipped in some like good lines in between like booking the sessions. I mean,
yeah, you could say that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
okay, and then you ask him out, and he said, "Come out to Houston."
Yeah, I did ask him out to come to Houston. He came out to Houston. Was super excited, and then all we did was just play. And I canceled all my sessions for the trip that I had booked.
Wow.
Yes.
That means a lot because that's a lot of money to give
Yes,
up.
I canceled all my sessions and I ended up just spending the time with them.
Now, is the play similar to what the session plays were, or is like was
No, we still do some of the things. Like even still now today, still play some of the things we did in the session. But of course, it goes back to like back and forth.
so? What was and did y'all fuck that weekend?
Yes, of course.
Okay, well, because you didn't fuck during the sessions, I'm imagining.
No,
those first
no,
two.
never during
so,
session.
So, was there anything in your mind, like, oh my god, I'm fucking a client? Like, was there almost like
Oh
a
my
panic?
God, yes, because I've been telling girls for years, don't ever do this, don't ever fall for
Yeah.
any of this, and blah, blah, blah. And in my head, I'm like, he's just a boy toy. It's just going to stay as a boy toy. And then I remember telling him, bitch, you can't play with anyone else. He's like, well, you can't play with anyone else. I was like, you're mine. He's like, well, then you're mine. And that's basically how it was. Like, oh, now we're in like just a serious relationship.
Was that jarring to hear? Because, you know,
Because someone's telling me like I'm
someone
have to-
spoke
yeah.
back to you.
Yes.
That
Well,
normally
yes.
comes with a punishment.
It did came with a punch. I squeezed his balls to death, but then he stayed with me.
Oh, I guess that's love. How long
And
ago?
when he pisses me off, I squeeze him some more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so and how long y'all been together?
We've been playing for what, good 7-8 months now.
7-8 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So still like semi fresh.
Yeah, no, super fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun. You guys in love?
Oh snaps!
Guys got the feels.
It's fun. It's fun.
They're
stuff.
looking at each other, trying to get clearance. I can see the answers. Yes, it's fine. You're not going to lose anybody over it. If you want full access to the Goddess Jasmine bonus episode, it's available to all of my $10 and up patrons on Patreon. Go ahead and get access to that episode and dozens more by visiting patreon.com/manwhorepodcast. And you can hear the full hour. That's Patreon, patreon.com/manwhorepodcast. And if you want to check out Goddess Jasmine on the interwebs, she's on Twitter at Laughing Latina. And if you're interested in seeing or buying some of her sexier clips, you can go to iwantjasmine.com. And I got to see the titties in person, and I got to tell y'all, you know, I want me some jasmine.com. Oh, man. You know what else members of my fan whore community on Patreon get is they get a 25% discount to ManWhoreCon. Yes, tickets for ManWhoreCon are still on sale. Prices, you got to hurry up and get your tickets soon because prices are going up in a few days. You can still get your ticket to ManWhoreCon for just $47.50 until prices go up on August 1st. So go ahead and get in on that. Go to manwhorepod.com/tickets. Going to be a fun time going to the Museum of Sex. Going to do a live Man Whore podcast taping. And I got some more announcements coming up in the next few weeks. I want to repeat one more time. I still have a few more slots left in some affordable lodging accommodations. I've got some group Airbnbs where I have rooms available for under $100 per person per night. If you are interested, shoot me an email at manwhorepod@gmail.com. I'll give you some more information. Right now, prices range from $60 to $98 per person per night. And now for this week's guest, Oscar Aydin. Oscar Aydin is a very funny stand-up comedian. You'll hear really from the get-go, but he is a homosexual. Anyways, we had a lot of talks about LGBT issues, the rainbow flag controversy, his fetish for men in suits, and how confidence really is the number one factor in finding a partner. So let's go ahead and get to me with Oscar Aydin.
Well, I am on.
You
Hold
are
on,
on.
Let me turn off my AC. There
That's
we go.
fine. Yeah. No. So Bianca was a blast. Like I said, it was just like talks very fast.
Well,
You
yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
mean, like I am like
Right,
I
yeah.
actually saw if I get drunk enough and I scream loud enough over and over and over. Actually, not even have to get drunk enough. Let me scratch that. If I get a hoarse voice and I start screaming, I sound like Bianca Del Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's either that or the guy from Aflac commercials.
Oh no.
What's his
Gilbert
name?
Gottfried.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
My
yesterday I went to the store. Like that kind of shit.
my girlfriend hates his voice.
Really?
And so Paige will do this thing where she apologizes for stuff that she shouldn't. Like just
I'm sorry I took the trash out. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
overly apologetic. So I'm trying to, all this like, oh, the patriarchy making her always sorry. So I'm trying to beat it out of her.
That, I wouldn't use that word on live or anything recorded. I would say I'm trying to, casually positive reinforcement.
Casually assaulted out of her. Is
Right.
that better?
Yeah, that's always casually tap her into submission by making sure she doesn't say sorry a lot. Yeah.
So I would punish her by saying every time you say you're sorry when you're not supposed to, I'm going to play a dirty Gilbert Gottfried joke. Because like his thing is he just does jokes and they're dirty jokes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, please no, please no. I hate that voice.
I mean, after a while, I love Gilbert, but after a while, you're like, yeah.
Well, it's good to say I'm here with a very funny stand-up comedian, Oscar Aydin.
Oh, so many people are like Oscar Aydin, and I was like, no, I've said it enough times. It's Oscar Aydin. Thank you.
Well, I feel like I've seen your name at enough roast battles to know it by now.
Yes, thank you.
The limited info I have on you is just what people have insulted you with.
I am shockingly, I am a very private person.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very private. There's a lot of things that most people would not know about me because I just like to keep most of my life private. Yeah.
Wait, do they not know that you're a homosexual? Is that one of these many
there are
things they'd be
days
shocked
when I have
find
to
out?
break it to numerous heart of girl that I am a homosexual. I think I've got in my what is it, umpteen years of being out of the closet because I am in my early 30s. I think I've been hit on twice. And my friends that I'm with are always like, they're like, are you blind? Like, are you blind, deaf, and dumb? Like, hello? The man is obviously a raging homosexual. And they're like, it doesn't matter. He's so cute. And I was like, damn. Maybe if you were like, well, no, never.
For me, it's the pastel-colored tank tops is usually a dead giveaway.
Oh, yeah. I love this color. Turquoise. Turquoise is my favorite color.
Is that your
my
favorite shade
color.
of blue? Is that what
It
you're
is.
gonna
It
say?
is actually. It's my favorite color ever. White and turquoise. When I buy a house in the year 2075.
When you get out of this lovely studio apartment.
Right. When I get out of
Which,
the 100
by the way, again,
square
I
foot.
wish I lived in a studio apartment.
When I get out of the 100 square foot studio apartment into a 200 square foot house, I am going to have almost everything white and turquoise because it reminds me of like the Mediterranean and like everything ocean, beach. Yeah, I'm a beach gal.
You're a beach
Oh
gal?
God, yeah, I would live on the beach if I could.
Do you go out to
Isla de la Fuego or Isle of Fire?
Isle of Fire. I would
Isle
say.
of Flaming Homosexuals. I do once in a while. I don't go out because I am Middle Eastern, and Fire Island's very like cut and dry of what they like.
What do
They don't like people that have more than 20% body fat.
Okay.
They don't like people of color. And, there's just, and the list goes on and on and on. Obviously I'm joking. They do like, they do like some people of color. However, but it's just anybody with 20% body fat or over. You might as well just go into the ocean and never come back.
What is it about being a gay man? You're just allowed to be so blatantly, like, whether it's racist or fat, whatever, like anti things. You can just very openly just be that.
I love the gay community most of the time. However, I will say we are one of the most segregated communities in the world. Like, we really are. We are really segregated, and we're pushing the racism button. You'd be surprised. Everybody thinks gays, lesbians, they love each other. All they want to do is walk down the street in a pride parade and have floats and have sex. Not really. Obviously, if there's music and a party, we'll be there. However,
it's not all Molly and
it's not always rainbows and sprinkles and unicorns. There's a lot of like deep, dark issues that the LGBT community sometimes doesn't like to face, and they just kind of push in the back corner.
Like, what is that about? Because you would think it would just be like, hey, we got to fight against a bigger foe, so let's band together.
I think in every community, there'll always be, infighting, and I think there'll always be some type of, how do I say, what's the right word? There's always going to be some fraction within the community. I think what happens is open dialogue and really kind of like talking about the issues, bringing them into the forefront, will lead us to a more inclusive community, if that even made sense.
A little bit. I saw you were a little annoyed during Pride Month, because the flag got a little bit changed.
Here's the thing. It's like, for crying out loud, okay, I get it. The pride flag changed, and then it didn't change, and then someone else changed it. And I'm just like, there are more important things in the world than to worry about the colors of the pride flag. Like, God loving. Thank goodness that we have the freedoms that we do and everything. And, thank goodness for Barack Obama and the 8 years that we had with him and all the progression that we got from those great years. But it's like, it's like hashtag spoiled gay people. Like, hashtag, gay people problems. Like, Come on. Like, we've got more problems in the world, in Chechnya, in Africa. The last thing we need to do is infight about flags.
Colors.
Jesus colors.
Christ. For context, if people didn't follow that news item, it was that, I think it was a group of people in Philadelphia, right?
Yes.
They added
black and brown.
Yeah.
And I think maybe one other color, but I think mostly black and brown.
To a rainbow flag, which makes it no longer a rainbow flag, technically.
Well, it's still, the rainbow, all the colors.
It's all the colors. So those brown and black, they're in there somewhere.
They did it because they wanted to start making the African American and Latino community feel more inclusive into the overall arc of the LGBT community.
But I don't think you solve that with a sewing machine,
Well,
like,
listen,
you got to prove it through actions.
Right. However, I will say, I always like to play devil's advocate on both sides. So there's those that fight for and those that fight for against. I look at it as, listen, if there's a certain community within our own community that feels neglected and left out, we need to do more to make sure that they feel like they are represented and they are better. They feel like, okay, I am part of the community. This community that sometimes feels so small because sometimes people don't live in large metropolis areas like New York City or Chicago or LA, where it's like, you can walk down the street and be openly homosexual. There are other parts of America that aren't so open and free and loving. And it's just those things. It's like, so what? Let them feel more. Let them do it. But maybe what maybe on the other side of devil's advocate, it could have been like, hey, for Pride Month this month, we are going to include, the black and brown stripes on the rainbow flag to make it more inclusive. However, we will always use the main rainbow flag for overall representation. I think it's like how you deliver things sometimes.
Yeah. I just would have.
I hope I didn't get too deep or boring.
No.
Totes apologize.
No, we rarely get to talk about this stuff because,
Right.
fun fact, most of the women I've hooked up with aren't gay now, so we don't get to often talk about.
Most of the women I haven't hooked up on with either.
Although I did have on a couple weeks ago a lesbian I made out with at Stonewall like 5 years ago, and then she came back to tell her story of the sad times of making out with straight boys in gay bars.
I don't think I've ever made out with a female. Oh God, no.
Oh, that's like super gold star.
Yeah, no, that's no. Gold. There's platinum, gold, silver, bronze.
What's platinum?
Platinum is if you had a C-section. If you were born via C-section. Gold is if you came out of the vagina and then you never actually have touched one. Silver is if you've touched a vagina, made out with a girl, and then bronze is like you've like gone all the way and
Sure.
everything like that, and then now you became a homosexual.
So
So I think I'm gold. Yeah, I'm gold.
gold star gay.
Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
gold star gay because platinum's like, bitch, you didn't even like, you just came out C-section. Like you never saw it, you never touched it, you never even knew what it was about.
I got no juices on me.
Right,
None of
you're
it.
like, I don't even know what it's about. Like, what is that? What is a vagina?
What even is a vagina?
Yeah,
What
what's
is
a?
it?
I don't know. I've never
even
seen no touch.
I can't draw one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like someone give me Google Images.
Is that a flower that I
Yeah.
don't know about?
Yeah, is it like a type of
I'm not a
vegan
botanist,
dish?
man.
Yeah, is it a vegan dish? A vagina? Is it like rice with something? Yeah.
Yes, waiter, I'd like to have 2 vaginas, medium rare, please.
Right.
No.
Oh, that's gross.
But on the inclusive stuff, I just think that like making, whether it's like words people don't want us to use or like adding a couple banners to a flag, I just think action, like instead of doing that, why not book more diverse people to say, commentate at Pride festivals, for example, you know? It's like, wouldn't that be a better way to show representation than getting your sewing machine out?
No, I think what it is people find ways to make things more publicly inclusive. I think you're right. I think better representation of all of the races and genders and peoples within the LGBT community should be represented better. I'm
represented.
So bad. Yeah, represented. I don't know. I'm so bad with those words. But you get what I'm going. Like, listen, let's get back on the train. But you see what I say? It's like there's always different ways. I see where you're coming from with the whole action. Action speaks louder than words. Well, sometimes the smallest action can speak volumes.
Sure.
And it did, because this small action spoke volumes to where people were having a debate about it. So, I mean, listen, there's always going to be people that agree with you and disagree with you. That's life. That's how it is. And that's when you're just like, Queen, calm down. Like, just calm down. Like, calm. That's what it's going to say on my tombstone.
Queen, calm down.
Yeah, like, or just calm down. Or, ma'am, can I speak to your supervisor? Like, that's really like, either those two things are going to be on my tombstone. Calm down, or, ma'am, can I speak to your supervisor?
So you were a commentator. Were you a commentator of Pride, or was that
yeah?
what
So
it's
what
called,
we
or?
did, so at New York City Pride, because it's so large, they have different stations where people announce the floats that come down.
Yeah.
So a lot of times the floats have special meaning or special representation, and then sometimes be like, oh, what's this float, because people won't really kind of guess. So they use New York City or kind of like well-known talent to kind of have fun with the audience and tell people also what the floats are. It was a great opportunity, and I want to give a big shout out to Keith Price and Elizabeth Flynn, who really made that happen and gave me that opportunity. So it was wonderful. But I love it because these people have like floats, and you get like scripts of what each float is. These people come down the street. They've got 4 people with a banner made out of like terry cloth, and they have like an entire paragraph of what they want people to say about them. They're like, this place is and this and this, and established in the 1870s. There's like 4 people marching. Meanwhile, you have Delta Airlines behind them that has like 500 people, and they have to wait for the 4 people here because the 4 people have a script of like 5 paragraphs long. And you're like, really, people? Next time we're just going to be like, so-and-so established in so-and-so, find more information at so-and-so. soandso.com.
Was Delta's nice and short at least? It was like, Delta, just please get up when we ask you to.
But bum. Billy's here all night, folks,
Okay.
or at least for the next 45 minutes. No, it was actually, it was a lot of fun, and I had a great time, and I was very thankful for that opportunity.
Yeah.
I liked it. I loved it. It was fun.
Do you normally go to Pride?
I do. I mean, I live in New York City, so I'm proud every day, I guess.
I just mean like
Can you see my eyes rolling?
The chaos of the parade can sometimes you go once or twice. You go like, okay, I got the idea. I'm gonna go have fun in a less populated area.
I always am like, I like to go if I'm not involved with any type of like Pride activities. I like to go watch because maybe one day it won't be there. And I don't want to be like one of those people who's just like, no, I'm not going to go. No, I'd like to. I like to. If I'm in the city, I'm going to go watch a part of it. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but I'll watch a part of it because, I feel like it's still a special occasion. And you never know. Maybe tomorrow I won't be here. Maybe tomorrow the parade, maybe next year the parade won't be here. Maybe something will happen, So it's like, enjoy life when you can.
Well, one of the other few things I know about you is that you're Muslim, and I always thought I was like, that's
Well,
no, oh,
yes, ish in quotation marks. I'm not really Muslim. I'm like I say Muslim.
I don't think that sentence
because
has ever been
obviously
said.
it's like the I would say so Muslim. I'm like hummus light.
Hummus light. Okay.
Yeah, let's just go with that. I'm hummus light.
Were you-
Like there's hummus,
Yeah.
and then there's hummus light.
Which is you in tank top,
Right.
in your 100 square foot studio.
Right,
Yeah.
that's me. Like I'm hummus light.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, were you raised like
I
more
was
Muslim,
raised.
or you were always like hummus light?
No, I was raised a different religion, but that's something we can, we'll talk about next time.
Okay, sure. Well, I just yeah.
That weather is so beautiful outside. Look at those birds.
Look at that pivot.
How about those dolphins?
Oh man, what a NBA center with that pivot going
yeah,
up now.
I mean, that was amazing. Can you believe they traded him? Yeah. As I look away from Billy and I'm like, because now we're talking about something I don't know anything about.
No.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. So then what's your dating status these days?
Oh God, this one. Do you have an hour? Do you want me
Yeah,
to
we
like
got
lay
time.
down and you'll have a couch? My dating status. I am currently single. Mm-hmm. Married to pizza, divorced from the diet. That one's trademarked, folks. That one's trademarked. No, I'm dating. But it's like gay men, or they always like they always think that maybe the grass is greener on the other side. Sometimes, so it's hard to find someone who can actually like focus and follow through.
But I feel like that. I mean, do you think that's a gay thing, or because I find that to be a New York thing? I mean, that's my experience with women. A lot of women always popping around, and be like, man, I can find something better, someone with a better job, someone who doesn't have 4 roommates.
Listen, when you're in a candy store that's the size of New York City, you're gonna try almost every fucking candy you can.
And have you tried all the candies?
I have tried some of the candies.
Tried some of the candies.
Right. But then when you have a candy store that has 3 candies, you're going to be like, well, if I'm not going to go with those 2, I might as well go with this one.
And that's
so
Kansas. Yeah.
Right. Like it's like Montana, where, there's like 40 gay people in the entire state. And you're like, well, those are my options. So, but in New York City, when you have lots of options, you just think, well, maybe something's, there's something better around the corner. So it's, I know a lot of people who are actually, whether they're successful or beautiful or, they're single because it's not easy to date in the city. It's not.
No, it's not.
No, and a lot of times guys are like, you ask them out for coffee and they're like, I'm not looking for anything, serious. Well,
It's like,
I didn't
bitch,
know.
it's coffee.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I'm like.
the
It's
least
fucking
serious
coffee.
beverage.
I'm like, listen, I've seen your apartment. Half of me does not want to marry you. And, it's like I've also seen your credit score. Like the other half doesn't want me to marry you either. So, like, bitch, calm the fuck down. But I'm not really looking for anything serious. No. I get it. I can tell. cunts. There are days when I'm just like, I love the gay community, and there are days when I'm just like, it's like that slap in the forehead from Naked Gun, where everybody in the audience just like slaps their forehead because Leslie Nielsen like gave the guy a gun and didn't do anything. That was a wrong reference. You'll bleep that out, right? Good.
Yeah.
Good. You'll edit that out.
Yeah, of
Good.
course. No.
Good.
As long as we acknowledge it, it means I will 100% not edit it out. That's typically how it works. Haven't had to say that out loud in a while, but
Okay, interesting. Okay, yes. No, dating in New York City is, but it has its ups and downs. It's fun. I've gone on some good dates, and then I've gone on some bad dates.
What's a bad date for Oscar Aydin?
A bad date is someone who does not talk at all. I get it. Listen. I'm a talker. I even have to pull in some of my talking. But like, if I'm doing all the talking and you're not initiating any of the conversation, it's where I'm like, great, this is I gotta go.
Yeah.
It's like it's my bedtime, and they're like, it's 6:00. I'm like, yeah, I'm
You were
early.
putting me to sleep.
Yeah,
you won't
basically.
say fucking shit. Yeah.
Right, basically.
Sometimes it feels like pulling teeth. I'll be like, what's a date to you?
Yeah. And that was one of the things. It's if you don't initiate conversation, or you look at your phone all the time, or you have nothing really interesting to say.
Yeah.
Oh, God, done.
Also,
done.
what the fuck is with being on the phone during a date? I had a girl she asked me out from like Facebook. I don't even fucking know her. I go to the bar and she's on her phone the entire time. Like she's kind of talking on the phone the whole time. At hour and 1 minute, I was like, hey,
surprised you lasted that long.
I
would
will
have
always give a date 1 hour. I'll be like, I'll give you an hour because you never know. It could get better. But after an hour of being on, and she even acknowledged, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just like on Facebook looking for things to do. I'd be like, I'm right here. Like, I'm the thing to do. I'm right in front of you. This is your plan for tonight.
Right.
So
people who are on the phone, like, I don't get it. Like, is there something more important? I didn't know you were a brain surgeon and you were on call. Oh, right. Last time I forgot you were a server at, fucking Olive Garden. But hold on. Make sure you
check your Instagram likes.
Yeah, make sure you check your likes on fucking Instagram. The picture that you uploaded that only got 4 fucking likes, bitch. Like, yeah, that one. Check that one. See if you got another like. So, but that's just it. I think, it's still fun. I still have a good time going out on dates. I've actually gone out on some very good dates. I've had fun dates and I've had good. I mean, I think it happens to everybody. You have good dates, you have bad dates.
You have any good dates recently? Like anything podcast worthy?
Oh, gosh. No.
I
have not.
But isn't that something that the notable ones that you want to share with everybody are always the bad ones? Like, you want to share like the good ones with like a friend or something. You want to tell the bad ones to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you won't believe the worst date
because it's
I've
always
been on.
the bad ones you remember. You never really remember the good ones. You're like, oh, I mean, if it was that good, we'd be together. However, but no, you never really remember the good ones. You always remember the bad ones.
Do you think like being a comic, the being chatty part is even more important? Like, do you need someone who's also kind of funny?
No. Actually, when I go out with either, it depends on the situation, but I'm actually kind of quiet. Yeah. Like when I like actually not having to do all the talking. I don't want to do all the talking. I want someone else to do the talking. I'm on stage. When I'm on stage, that's when I'll do the talking. But when I'm off, I want someone else to. I'm tired of listening to my voice. Believe me, I know a lot of people are too. I'll put that out there because I know some of you are thinking that. Bitter
Stay
people.
with us.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't want to hear myself talk all throughout the date. I'd rather you tell me about yourself.
So that's why you want the talker to fill in the gaps.
I want the talker to fill in the gaps. I want us to also have good conversation. Like, I don't want it to be like, so, how many brothers do you have? And how many sisters do you have? And what, let's get past that. I like someone who's intellectually curious.
Yeah. Ladies, don't spend Saturday night chatting with a dude who doesn't appreciate that you have to be at brunch by 11. People on the Pure Hookup app don't need to chat for 3 weeks before making plans. You've got 1 hour. Take it or leave it, buddy. Download Pure on the App Store or Google Play today and start meeting awesome people tonight. Get your needs met right now so you can go to sleep focusing on what really matters. Prosecco and pancakes. Pure, the hookup app that says it's a hookup app. I used to text and call my psychologist a lot. When I was in college and in my early 30s, my dad paid for me to see a therapist at my request, because my theory was if you break it, you pay for it. And I was blown away at how expensive mental health care was. This woman charged $200 per session, and I knew that I could never afford that myself. Luckily, I found Talkspace. Talkspace is an online therapy company that believes therapy should be affordable, confidential, and convenient. Talkspace lets you send unlimited text, audio, and video messages to your hand-picked therapist for as little as $32 per week. What? What a deal! You can afford professional mental health care with Talkspace, and my listeners, are going to get $30 off with the coupon code MANWHORE at checkout. Visit Talkspace.com/manwhore or download the Talkspace app for more information. Again, use the code MANWHORE for $30 off your first month. Talkspace. Therapy for how we live today. Now back to the show. So then what's the dream Oscar Aydin boy? What's your dream dude?
What is my dream dude? Oh, goodness gracious. I like rugged. I like maybe someone who's as tall as me or a little bit taller. Someone who's
How tall are you? Since
I'm
this is
5'8".
This is an audio medium.
Right. So I'm a 5'8". 5'8", muscular, discreet. No. Now fats, femmes, raisins. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Top
kidding.
verse. No,
Ex-Army, jock top, ISO, BBM. So, no, it's like
Otter.
that. Sorry, awkward. No, I like guys who are like my height, 5'8", or a little bit taller. I like them a little bit rugged. Facial hair is always good. I think that's hot. I love tattoos. Doesn't have to be though.
I was just saying.
Someone
I just hit 3 of the first thing.
Let's turn these microphones off. You know what really turns me on more than anything else is confidence. If a guy is confident, that is one of the biggest turn-ons.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, a lot of, not all, let's put that out there because I'm going to get flack for it. A lot of gay men aren't confident in themselves. They're not. They're not confident because they haven't learned to accept themselves. And I think we all have issues with learning to accept ourselves. And there's parts of me that I have to learn to accept as well. But what turns me on about other men, gay men, when I'm dating is their confidence. If they're confident in who they are and they're confident in in their everyday life, I find that more attractive than anybody who has a six-pack. Listen, I've met some gorgeous men with beautiful bodies who are as dumb as a paper plate. Or they have no confidence at all. And I'm like, that is nothing for me. Like, honey, maybe, yes, for somebody else, more power to you. Always more power to anybody and everybody. There's someone for everyone. But for me, like, I would skip the abs and give me the confidence and someone who's smart. I'll take that any day.
Gay, straight, bi, man, woman. I think everybody's no one's turning down confidence. No one's like,
nobody is ever
no one's like,
like,
I want an inconfident person.
Right. I want someone who's not confident in their ability to have sex with me. No, I want someone who's going to be like, let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
I also want someone who's maybe a little bit of a risk taker.
Okay.
Because
like what kind of risks
I like
are we
voyeurism.
Talking? Yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, you like watch? You mean you're an exhibitionist?
Yeah,
okay.
I want to be.
You want a voyeur to be watching?
No, I want sorry, I probably should have said that wrong.
Yeah.
I want another kind of like semi-exhibitionist.
Right, you want someone to be
so,
fucking with you in front of possibly other people, or
no,
like maybe that you're gonna get caught.
No, I like public places.
Right.
Right, like but I don't want to be in front of other people.
Right, you want like the maybe you'll get caught.
Right, like that. I like that. Like I like that whole like maybe we'll get caught. Yeah. Billy, what are you doing after the show?
What's your what's your like best place you've done in public?
Oh God, let's see.
I love me some public play.
That's gonna take hours. The best place that I did it was on the rocks up by the George Washington Bridge.
What? Wait, Jersey side or New York side?
New York side.
Okay.
Yeah, on the rocks on the water as boats were going by.
Wow. How'd you put? Is that like a secluded area? I've never been.
No, I mean it's pretty open.
Yeah.
You can see people and what
Okay.
they're doing. So it's like, but I was like, why not? I mean, it's the rocks and the water's right there. I mean, it's not like, yeah, it was in the open and it was public and probably illegal, but
Yeah, but I love New York City for that reason. You can like fool around in public and it doesn't really matter. The cops have got better things to do. They've got real crime
like
to fight.
give people bike tickets. That's what the cops do. No, that's what rookie cops do.
That's what rookie cops do. But I'm talking the nighttime cops. The amount of blowjobs have gone in the middle of a public sidewalk. Not like in a cranny. Not just like hidden. Just like, we're just going to do this right here. Because you can.
Why not?
Who's going to catch you?
Why not? Who
The woman
cares?
walking down the street doesn't have cuffs on her. She can't pull off a citizen's arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But-
Exactly.
But you want to get risky.
Yeah.
May I recommend, and you can do it by the creek and the cave, because I realized recently that that's where this place was. I put two and two together. An NYPD parking lot, might I recommend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one around the corner from the creek. Turns out that I fucked there once.
Nice. Nice. Very nice.
Got off the 7, and I realized, oh, wait, this looks familiar. Wow. I recommend that.
Oh, nice. I like that.
There's a good dumpster you can hide behind. Okay, it gets a little less sexy when I bring up the
You're
dumpster.
calling me
but-
trashy, but that's fine. You're not the first person, so yeah.
So you
Perfect spot for me,
So you
right
like-
next to the dumpster.
You like some public sex, but any other like fun kink thing? If anyone's listening right now and they're interested, they're like, I want myself a 5'8" otter who's hummus light. What?
In his early 30s.
Who likes
We're
fucking
throwing
around
that
in the public places? Anything else they would want to know?
I love men in suits
Okay.
and uniforms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where's that date back from?
oof. I don't know, but I love men in suits. Like flat front, not like the pleated. Like
And
flat
I
front.
don't know what that means.
As a heterosexual, you should. Now, I also like men in baseball caps.
Okay.
Yeah, I love men in baseball caps. I think it's hot.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
you been able to track back any of these?
No,
No.
no.
Just like things that developed.
Yeah, just things that like developed. Things that like I'm like, oh, I like that. I mean, that's just how that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time for the fan whore appreciation moment. What's up? Giving my my fan whores on Patreon some love while I'm looking up at the World Trade Center. This is the part of the show where I like to say thank you to the members of my fan whore community on Patreon. Jessica K, you've been around a long time. I appreciate your loyalty. So shout out to Western PA for you. Nude Chuck G, thank you, buddy. Don't worry. Keep your pants off. You don't need pants to support me. Ben W, hang in there, buddy. Okay, know that you're loved. You got a lot of people who care about you in the champagne room. Jacqueline J, fantastic tits, dear. Thank you for being a fan and throwing down some dollars. And Josh R, shout out to you and all of Chicago. Thanks, buddy, so much. And you, too, can become a member of my fan whore community on Patreon for as little as $1. You can get access to our super secret Facebook group, The Champagne Room, as well as dozens upon dozens of bonus episodes. All you have to do is go to patreon.com/manwhorepodcast. That's Patreon, patreon.com/manwhorepodcast. I appreciate everyone who downloads the show and listens, but it is my patrons who give me the financial freedom to do what it is I do week in and week out. But for now, let's get on back to me and Oscar. How long did it take for you to like when did you come out? When did you know you were gay?
Oh, when did I know I was a homosexual? God, I mean,
Just saw a guy in a baseball cap. You're like, what's this about?
I
What's
don't
this
know.
feeling?
I mean, I was straight for so long.
So long.
I mean, it was just like the infighting within me was like straight. Now I'm gay. Now I'm straight. Now I'm gay.
You doing
So-
a bit or that real?
No, I was like, for the longest time, I was like, why? What is this feeling? I came out when I was 20.
Uh-huh.
I came out when I was 20 or 21. I think I was 21. And I lost my virginity when I was 29.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? Before when I said like, hey, anything I should like know that I might want to bring up, saying that you lost your virginity at 29, you asshole. Wait. So
Now, hold on. Let me clarify this because people are going to be like, I know her. She's a whore. She's been doing this before.
she's been blowing guys all over Chelsea.
Yeah, she was a whore when she lived in Chicago. It can't be true. Virginity to me is the act of anything that's like penetration.
We're talking the butt sex.
Yes. That is losing my virginity.
Sure. No,
Yes.
that's what I would have assumed.
Right, because people are like, well, if you get someone a blowjob, that's not that you're losing your virginity.
I'm
Not
like, get
really, sweetheart.
over, yeah,
Not really.
get over yourself.
Right. Right.
Wait. So wait. Okay, hold on. So you have this internal struggle throughout your teens, right?
Right.
And when did that?
Thank you, Dr. Ruth. Yes, keep
Thank
going.
you. But when did that get like decided? When you came out, or like was there a window where you knew but
No,
weren't
I think
telling
I
people?
was like, you know what it is? The first movie I ever watched was a movie called Jeffrey. It's a movie from the 1980s. Patrick Stewart is in it. It's
Patrick
actually
Stewart.
a really, it's a good movie. That when I first saw that, I was like, I think he's so handsome, and I was like,
Patrick
oh.
Stewart?
No,
Okay.
the other guy.
I was
in
gonna
it.
say, like, that
This
was your
guy
first
was in
man
the
crush
show.
was Patrick
No.
Stewart.
This guy that I thought was handsome was actually in the sitcom Wings.
What was his name?
I forgot.
Oh, you don't remember your earliest celebrity crush? Oh man, I'll never forget Ricky Lake. Never.
Really?
Oh yeah, I said that. I think I said that on the show we did. We did that Ricky Lake show.
Oh,
we dressed
yeah.
in drag. Yeah, that was. I just thought it was funny. I was on that show because like this was my childhood crush. She had such ample bosom, and they let her show a lot of cleavage on daytime network
Yeah,
TV.
I forgot his name.
Oh,
I
that's
forgot
so
his
sad.
name. But that was the first movie, and then I was like, oh yeah. And then I really didn't really understand what homosexuality was. So I just kind of was like,
did you? Was that like? Where'd you go?
well,
up?
remember,
Did you grow up
I grew
Chicago?
up in the suburbs of Chicago.
Okay.
And back then, homosexuality wasn't something that you like saw plastered all over the news, and there wasn't YouTube videos, and there wasn't Instagram, and there wasn't Facebook. You know, there was
Right, but we
drawings
still
on the
got
cave
still got
walls.
parents and such. Were they like?
No, even then it was
instilling-
like I wanted to watch The Golden Girls and Mama's Family, and my parents thought that was too risque. And now it's like the most least risque show on TV.
Was it because the shows were risque, or because they were like, well, we shouldn't let our son be watching like the chick
It's
show?
topics. There were
Okay.
topics that they thought a lot of times my parents were like, this is kind of like trash TV. They thought Mama's Family was trash. They thought Golden Girls wasn't child topic friendly.
Yeah.
So I never really knew what gay was. I mean, I had kind of like a small inkling, and then when I was in college, I kind of messed around, and I was like, okay, so this is what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And then when I moved to Chicago to go to college, that's when I was like, no, yeah, that's what I am.
So then, what took so long from 21 to 29?
I don't know.
You're just
I
like,
was
you know what, blowjobs
nah.
are fun.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Foreplay is probably the best thing in the world. I mean, there are days when I'm like, yeah, being a top and all. Yes, I am a top. I'm what's considered a blouse, and that's a feminine top.
Feminine top? A
Yes,
blouse?
and I'd like to just point out that I came up with that term. So
I love that term. It
yeah,
needs to get
I've seen that
into-
term a lot of places, and I'm also going on record right now. Today, what is the date today?
Today is July 22nd,
July
2017, in our Lord.
22nd, 2017. I am going on record. Save this because I am trademarking the phrase "low self-esteem room."
Low self-esteem room?
Because I have used that several times, and I know I'm going to hear that somewhere on TV or something like that, and I'm going to be like, these motherfuckers.
Oscar, do tell. Oh, what is a low self-esteem room?
A low self-esteem room is where gays go into the steam room at the gym to have a little fun.
Wow.
So I like to call it the low self-esteem room. Now, I'm not innocent of this low self-esteem room because sometimes we have low self-esteem once in a while. But I like to say that that's what that is.
Is that where you lost the V card?
Oh no,
Oh.
no! It literally. I think a lot of people have the same story where it literally took 4 minutes, and I was the top. He was the bottom.
What was it? Some guy in a bar? Or?
No, I knew some guy. I took him home. He, sat on it, and 4 minutes later he was done. And I was like, well, that's it. And then he jumped in the shower, and he's like, yeah, I got to go. And I was like, well, I'm still sitting here. So, and then I swear.
Wait, you didn't come?
No.
What?
Yeah. And then here's the thing. I
oh
went
my gosh,
home.
how rude.
Yeah, shocking that a gay man would do that. As I was walking home, I swear people in the streets knew I had lost my virginity.
People giving you high fives?
No, but there was something like
a
I was
musical?
walking down the street and people had this like they just looked at me and they're like, "Yeah, boy," and I was like, "Why is everybody looking at me like this?"
If you had turned around, you'd notice they all broke out in song and a choreographed number. Dedicated to you.
I would have loved to have that actually happen. I would have loved to have had that happen.
Was there any particular reason why you waited, or
No,
just
was like, "Yeah,
didn't want?
yeah," and he was like, "Come on, let's do it," and I was like, "All right, why not?"
Blouses. I love that. Having to learn all the different terms. I'm a Craigslist guy myself, so I come across a lot of ads that involve a lot of male play. So there's a lot of terms where I'll be like, what is this? I'm trying to figure out what they're looking for, right?
Oh,
And I have to
yeah.
go look it up and be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's not for me, but that's interesting,
Yeah,
so
it's like a
learning terms
Rubik's cube. You have to learn it's like you need a Wikipedia for half the things to understand what they really want.
Well, I think the gays need their own urban dictionary just to get all your grinder terms in one
A
place.
dictionary,
A dictionary?
a dictionary, a gigtionary. I don't know.
Gaytionary?
A gaytionary.
Right, for the gays and for geishas who are just trying to learn how to bind their feet together. It's,
As much as I'd like for the gays to be inclusive, we'll leave the geishas out of it. Although there are some gay geishas.
There probably are. Wasn't there a movie last year about it was like a lesbian drama film, and it was
I don't know. I don't go to the movies. I don't watch movies. No,
Ah.
I watch a few things like Golden Girls, QVC. Yeah, that's
Golden
what
Girls and
and
QVC.
QVC. Oh my God, that's what I watch. I go to bed to QVC.
What? That's so
I don't
bizarre.
have cable.
Netflix, motherfucker.
Oh
What the
God, that's too much work to
You
go
have
through.
QVC. That's basic cable, right?
That's like my type of reality show.
Oh,
like
my
people
God.
watch Game of Thrones or they watch like reality shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. No, I watch good American wholesome reality TV, which is QVC. Everything is versatile. Everything will never come back. That moment, it's only a once a year kind of thing, and it's now or never. And you know what? Sometimes you should buy multiples.
I want to throw shade at that, but growing up, from first grade to maybe fifth or sixth grade, every night I went to bed listening to 1010 Wins News because I was worried just in case a tornado was going to land in Bergen County, New Jersey. I wanted to know and be ready.
Why?
And so for 5-6 years, I listened to that every fucking night.
Oh, God.
Because I had a first grade teacher terrified me. She said, well, 100 years ago, there was a tornado in New Jersey. And I was terrified. Couldn't watch the movie Twister. Couldn't watch Wizard of Oz
Are you
comfortably.
serious?
Yeah. And I listened to the news every night going to bed because I was like, but what if there's a tornado going to come? I want to be able
Don't
to
you
run
think
away.
your parents would have told you?
I think I just guess I thought they were too busy fighting with each other. Who
Oh,
knows?
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. So I want to make fun of you for the QVC, but I'm not that much better.
Oh, I love it. It's like, you watch it. They have good things on there. I always thought I'd be a great QVC host.
I think you would be a fantastic QVC.
Yeah,
host.
I'd be.
I think
like
you
to-
might need to clean up a little bit,
I'd like
on the
to
face.
push.
and,
If anybody here works or has someone that's associated with the QVC, I'd like to say that I would work at that channel.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd
No
be
other
great.
channels. MTV.
I would no.
Get out of here. Comedy
No,
Central.
like
fuck
HSN
off.
is nice,
But
but it's like tiered. Like QVC is. How do we say? Like QVC is Emirates Airlines.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
And then you've got HSN, which is kind of like United Airlines. And then you've got Evine, which is kind of like the Spirit Airlines of home shopping networks.
I didn't even know that was a home shopping network. So there you go.
Yeah. There's Evine, QVC, and HSN.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really sad. This is what my life has come to, is tiering the different types of home shopping networks.
Well, so what are you looking for? You looking for love these days? Are you looking to bang out? What's your?
I don't know. I haven't been like horny lately.
Yeah?
Yeah, like people have hit me up and I'm just like, nah.
You've been calling
No.
up Domino's again?
I did have pizza last night.
Because I'll do that when I'm eating like shit. My libido like goes in the fucking tank.
Actually, I've been eating great. I've been
Yeah?
eating like healthy foods. I'm trying to. My friend Louise.
You know, Domino's is not a healthy food.
No,
That's
I
just-
know that. Thank you.
Want to hear something freaky? The other night, I went to go pick up Domino's because I'm not ashamed. I am ashamed. I go to Domino's to pick up, carry out, because that's what you do. If you go into a Domino's, you carry out. I saw two people, a couple, dining in at a Domino's.
That's not odd.
Am I the only one who thinks that's weird? I tweeted that Corinne Fisher was also like, yeah, I actually have a lot of respect for those people. I'm just like, wait, what? Why?
Yeah, that's not odd.
To eat your Domino's in the Domino's, to eat the shame within a house of shame?
Yeah. Have you met Middle America?
I always thought they
Half
took it
it,
home.
like I remember we used to go to Domino's and Little Caesars and Chuck E. Cheese and we'd eat the pizza there.
What?
Yeah,
I've
I know.
I've already been like emailed that I speak
Do you know,
negatively
let me
about
tell
the
you some-
Midwest, but like I'm gonna continue to say.
Let me tell you
that's
something.
fucked up.
People also eat ice cream in ice cream shops.
But that's fine. That's acceptable. It's Domino's. I don't know. I thought
right.
that was
one
weird.
is shameful, one is not.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at those people. I assume they're not fucking because they just put all that gunk in them. But hey,
Publicly.
maybe that's me.
Publicly. Right. No, I have a really good friend. His name is Luis, or Louis. Luis. One of those. I don't know how you. I don't know how you pronounce it. He's.
Please don't tell me this is like one of your lovers. You're like,
Oh
Louis,
God, no,
Luis.
no.
Who knows?
No. He's a personal trainer. He's an absolute darling. He's been my kind of like my motivation for the past 3 weeks, and
Yeah.
he's like, this is where you want to be. This is what you have to do. So. I've
Do
been
you
on
feel
a kick-
pressure to do that, like being in the gay community, like being gay?
Oh,
Is that,
well, you know,
like-
I think the older you get, the less I care about what other people think.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I still do, but I'll give you an example. I went with a friend of mine to the pier dance, which was the crowning point of the Pride activities. At least that's how I think.
Sure.
It's kind of like the closing party. The pier dance is kind of like the closing party. And it's out on the pier, and it's been a while since I've actually gone. And this time I went, and I took my friend, and my friend actually has a very nice body. Like he's fit, he's athletic, he's a little bit younger than me. He's gonna hate me for that. He's a little bit younger than me, but we get there, and it was just like a GQ cover. Almost the entire thing. Everybody had a beautiful body. Not everybody, 90% of the men had beautiful bodies, abs, arms rippling, muscles, everything.
And you're not
their hair was-
schlubby yourself. I mean,
I'm not
you are,
schlubby, but I wasn't like I wasn't pulling out a six pack.
people would dare call you thin.
No, people would dare never call me thick. They'd call me just slow. But the thing is, though, is that my friend was like, even my friend who's physically fit and has a great body, he felt kind of like, oof. He's like,
Right.
I got to work out more. And I was like, I don't care. I was like, honestly, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, they all have to go home and put clothes on, don't they? And they all have to go to a job, right? Exactly. And I was like, because when you put the clothes on, what do you see? The face. You don't see the body. I mean, yeah, maybe you do in the summertime. But like most of the time, you just see the face.
Or you're also looking for the guy to be in the suit.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's the thing. It's like I think the older I get, and I think people have said that. A lot of people have said that they just don't care. They're like, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. Would I like to be physically fit and have that body? Yes. Obviously, I'm not going to have 70 more years to get that body and keep it. No, but I can still obtain that. It's not there are lots of men who are in their early 30s who still have beautiful bodies.
Sure. I mean, I
just have to work a little bit harder than everybody else.
I mean, if not caring is one of the things you get when you get older, then I can't wait because.
How old
I mean,
are you? Or I shouldn't ask for how old you are. But
It's okay. I don't care. Industry's not listening to me. No. I'm 28.
right. So
And-
you have a lot more years.
Well,
Whereas me, I'm in my early 30s. So, I'm going to say that several times so people get that in their fucking head. I'm in my early 30s.
I mean,
So-
I've had crippling body image issues for forever, and I can't imagine having to be like the people I'm trying to bang. Here's the thing, every like 8 months or so, I go have a self check. I'm like, do I maybe like dick? And then because I'll do double text many a time, and I always realize it's really more I check out guys because I'm like looking at the bodies I want. Like I'll see like a dude with like a dope. I'm like, like I don't want that in my mouth. I just want to have your body. Like,
right, and now gay men want everything, so they want that in the mouth. They want that in the they want that body. But
like I can't imagine the body dysmorphia that comes with having to be in a community.
Hello,
where, like advertise that to the full.
But that's the thing is like gay men are always, I mean, they push an image of what we should look like, and what we're supposed to, look and how we're supposed to act and this and that. And, it's funny because I always like to remind people, in the gay community, masculine men don't smile. That's the thing. I mean, it's because you go on in several of these apps and nobody smiles in their pictures. A lot of people
angry.
They're angry because they have to, they have to be like, I have to look butch. And the only way to look butch is if you're not smiling. So masculine men don't smile.
Or they're starving.
Right. Or yeah.
They're making the face of just like they see a pizza behind the cameraman and be like,
yeah, like that. Like
yes.
and I'm like, calm down. Calm down.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. So no, but I think that it's hard to stay physically fit, especially when you love food. I mean, I love food.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I don't know because like as men, we're not allowed. Because like women, we know that there's unfair portrayals in the media of like what they're like quote unquote supposed to look like, but there's also a public acknowledgement and media campaigns to acknowledge this and hopefully rectify it. But like, there ain't no body positive campaign for men. There's no like Dove ad with like Seth Rogen just showing like, no, it's okay. You can love your body. It's like if you're doughy, what do you got to be?
Can I just say I don't like him?
You don't like him?
I am not a Seth Rogen fan. I'm not.
That's okay.
Didn't he do like Mall Cop or something? What was he doing?
He did. It's called Observe and Report, where he's a mall cop.
Yeah.
But you're thinking Kevin James was the Paul Blart mall cop.
No, Kevin James.
That
is
there's
fine.
multiple mall cop movies
Well,
kind of bugs
Seth
me.
Rogen did. I'm not a fan. I've heard he's a wonderful person. I heard he's really nice, and and people love him. I think it's to each their own. I just don't think he's funny. Like I think like they did that. What I did see Pineapple Express, and I thought that was a great movie. And then they did that movie about North Korea. And
that was just a steaming pile of shit.
Shit,
The
literally,
only
it
reason
was a
anyone
piece of
saw
shit.
it was because there was so much news. The North Korea hacking really only helped Sony.
Right,
Because no
exactly.
one was going to see it.
No, it wasn't like a movie where you were like, oh yeah, that was a great movie. That should be up for an Oscar. Speaking of, I have not watched any of the Oscar movies.
That's okay too. Well, Oscar, man, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh my gosh, Billy, thank you so much.
Oh, I love the feigned enthusiasm in your voice.
No, I really am. I hate you so much. No, thank you for having me on. I love you. This was a lot of fun. Hopefully, people, if you'd like to know when I'm performing next or something like that, you can go to my Facebook page or friend me or find me, Oscar Aydin. I'm on Instagram. It's Oscar Aydin. And
that's Oscar Aydin spelled
Aydin. And my website is www.oscar.com.
Oh, Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I named my website after the sound guys make when they come with me. Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, Oscar.
College professors. Via my family, via college professors, via friends, via people on stage, people in the audience, to whoever, I've always heard, oh, Oscar. Yeah. People, my colleagues are like, oh, Oscar.
Oh,
So I'm like,
Oscar.
you know what? Let's run with that.
Run with it.
Let's run with it. Why not? Let's run with it.
Well, Oscar, thanks a lot. And why don't you say goodbye to everybody?
Oh, bye, guys. Thanks for having me. Love you.
Oscar Aydin walks into a bar. I had fun chatting with him. I hope you all enjoyed our conversation. If you want some more of Oscar, head on over to his website, ooscar.com. Of course, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @TheBillyPresida. Especially on Instagram, you know, I am on it. I'm not happy to be on it, but God damn it, I'm doing the posts, I'm doing the stories, so come show me some IG love. Be sure to like the Man Whore Podcast fan page on Facebook. I've got the intern posting a lot of really interesting articles about sex, dating, relationships, and love. Come join the conversation over there. Or you can join the conversation with your fellow fan whores on the Man Whore Podcast subreddit. It's kind of like our unofficial message board. For all you Redditors, it's r/Man Whore Podcast. And last, but certainly not least, join me in the Champagne Room. Become a member of my fan whore community on Patreon. You know, that gets you not only access to dozens upon dozens of bonus episodes, access to the super secret Facebook group, the Champagne Room. It gets you more access to me, okay? Like when I got sunburn on the beach, you know who I'm going to show a picture of my burnt booty to? That's right, my patrons. Head on over to patreon.com/manwhorepodcast and join the club for as little as $1. Come on, if you don't have $1 to spare, do you have time to listen to your podcast right now? No, I'm kidding. I love all of you. Thank you all so much for downloading. If you can't throw $1 down on Patreon, please go leave a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you are listening to this podcast. I appreciate y'all so much. Thanks again to Goddess Jasmine for talking to me. I don't know, not much else to say, right? And next week you're in for a doozy of an episode. I got Andre Shakti. I've got a very loud roller bag behind me. Next week I've got Andre Shakti. She does some wrestling porn. You're in for a fucking treat. But until next week, stay slutty.